So it's not like the old rule of like alleged hot girl where it's like she's hot from 20 feet away going 20 miles an hour.
No, close.
Close?
Yeah,
okay.
she's a 2020 girl.
Yeah.
She looked good, but then I walked up and
and she turned around and it was a dude. Just kidding.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Elliot Page, how's it going?
Ellen. No, Elliot. You're right.
He did it again!
That's fucked up.
Throw him in jail!
Her name...
Oh my God! Let's quit the podcast and throw him in jail! That's crazy talk, dude.
His name was Ellen. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. You can start with this one.
This one right here?
Because this one I just saw yesterday and it's super bizarre to me.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's really fun. You know, like the true cost, like those commercials?
Yeah.
The true... Oh, the cigarettes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? What's up? Slip into the bathroom, bro.
Are they smoking? Or are they gay?
That's what I was gonna say. This looks oddly sexual.
Smoke.
The U.S.?
Yeah, it's gay to smoke, bro.
That was a real.
Yeah, it's a real ad.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was the U.S. CDC that put that out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
When was that made?
If Chris touches my mic again, though, I swear to God,
That
I'm
was
quitting.
bullshit.
I swear to God.
That was
dude.
What are you
bullshit.
talking about?
I can obviously hear myself, but
Yeah.
this guy?
Tell
Oh,
him
no.
next time.
So hold on, that's like what, the 90s? Or what?
I would guess, yeah, late 90s, probably early 2000s. It looks more so like it.
Do you think they were just aggressively trying to target the younger crowd?
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, young guys say the word gay. Let's say it too.
Yeah.
It's gay to smoke. Are they smoking or are they gay? Well, guess what? They both suck. It's like, what the fuck?
In a world where people smoke and are gay at the same time.
They're both... God doesn't permit them.
Coming in August. A sin. And a guy smoking.
Coming in August, says one dude, because he's coming in August.
Yeah.
Okay. Over your head. The guy's name is August. He's coming inside of him. Okay.
No,
that's
we
fine.
get it.
Oh, no. Yeah, sorry.
I think I overly got it.
This is the old people and the young people fighting, correct? Oh,
There's
yeah.
nothing better. Nothing better.
Yeah, but it's gay to
Nothing
smoke.
better.
I've just been thinking about, like, for
It's
the
gay
whole
to
day.
smoke, yeah.
Are they smoking or are they gay?
Aren't they called?
That's
Correct
the
me
question.
if I'm wrong, but aren't cigarettes called fags?
They are.
Isn't that in British something?
I mean, I'm not from Britain, dude. Why don't you tell me?
Bum a fag from you or something like that.
Sure. I think you just want to say it,
I
dude.
mean, they eat fags and gravy in Britain too.
Yeah.
Oh, then maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
Could be.
It's same.
Yeah, same.
So that's fine.
It's gay to smoke.
I want to see this one. You were telling me about this one last night.
Yeah, this one's just fun. Watch this guy. He wants to get hit, and he gets hit. Old men versus skater bros.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Pause it. Okay, that's the craziest haymaker I've ever seen from an object.
Dude, he fucking slept.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
dude. but
Honestly, hold on. Hot take. Can you blame him?
that's exactly what I'm about to say. Like, isn't this video satisfying enough because it's justified in a way? Because you're like, this dude just hit two, if not
Yeah.
three dudes.
I think it was like 3 shots.
and then got whacked with a skateboard. My favorite part, security guard right here. He needs demoted. Watch the rest of the video. Chris, go ahead. Person recording is the best. Just wait. The skaters just got it. Like, they fucking ran. Obviously.
Oh my God.
This guy hit that car. Jesus.
Look at this guy.
Where is he?
wait.
Towel! Stop recording!
It's like, dude, you can't even get mad at the person recording. Your
Yeah, no
dumbass
shit.
boyfriend just got smacked in the face with a skateboard because he's running his mouth.
I would love to see it again.
Let's watch it. I mean, that was
my
fucking
God.
The whole,
dramatic.
from the whole thing to the end, though, it's a whole arc. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, the kid says hit me, the guy hits him, which obviously, what are you gonna do besides hit him?
Right.
And then it's crazy.
But he hit him like 3 times.
But he hits the fucking, no offense, he hits the Donovan Slusser in the group because he looks just like him but with blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I
So
get
not
it.
only does he get hit with the skateboard, he gets hit with the trucks to the head.
I think it was was it? I thought it was reversed.
I don't know.
I
don't
thought they
think
hit
it
him.
was.
I thought they hit him
was
at
trucks.
the other side of the board, but I don't know.
Dude, you're not getting a gash like that from just a plain piece
You for
of
sure
wood.
could.
You for sure could.
You could.
Dude,
you could just
this-
get a vertical cut on the eyebrow and you'd start
This
gushing.
I
mofo
get
literally
It's the
Dude, you can even do what Brock did. Remember when you like literally leaned over that one day, you hit your eyebrow on a cup, and it was just a vertical cut. Like, dude, something like that doesn't really start bleeding, but once it does, like, it is just gushing.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like,
It
dude,
won't
those,
stop.
those vertical cuts, especially on the eyebrow, like those will just gush.
Yeah, let's watch it
I
again.
would love to.
So who's the one that hits it?
It's this guy. It's Tracksuit guy. Tracksuit guy's the only guy involved.
No, but who's the guy that hits the skateboard? Is it this
Oh, I don't
guy
know.
right here?
Tracksuit guy.
I don't know. It looked to me like he hit him with the top side of the board.
I thought it was the other way.
Honestly, I
thought it
love
looked the other way.
that guy going, "Ooh, I'm getting you."
But dude, it flatlines him as soon as it hits
Oh
him.
my
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
he hits him with the
Trucks, bro.
trucks,
Yeah, he
dude.
hits him with the trucks.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He's fucked. Jeez.
That still photo is pretty insane.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah, dude, he hits him right on the forehead with the truck. And the kingpin that's in the center of the truck is just a bolt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You don't fuck with skater kids, dude.
No, dude.
Skater kids under 25 are your worst enemy, dude.
So no,
Walk
like-
the other way, dude. That's like 1950s. Go the other way, dude. You start hearing snapping and the sound of fucking hair gel cans opening up. You go the other way.
Dude, Blake was 100% right, and I didn't realize this, but Tracksuit Guy is the only one that threw a punch.
Yeah.
He threw 3 punches, and then he got demolished.
Oh, for sure.
Sleep
But dude, by the way, that security guard,
he was there the whole time. Yeah,
nothing happens. He's
nothing
just like,
happened.
like, he just keeps turning around like he's in a sitcom. He's like, the Drake and Josh when the sushi line fucking
Yeah,
episode. That's
yes.
pretty much what he was doing. He was like,
Well, like, what are you supposed to do? You're one against 7
You're supposed to
people.
get at least
right
one
now.
of
you're supposed to get in between the conflict.
I mean, before this.
How do you get between the
this
skateboard and a
escalated
guy on the
already.
ground?
Okay, but the thing is, the guy threw 3 punches
Yeah,
before
this
that
escalated
happened.
way
So he
before.
threw.
Yeah, I agree, but
once he
like-
throws a punch, then you're like, whoa.
I mean, this guy's a weekend
de-escalate.
warrior.
Yeah,
you
it's
know what
also
I mean?
a late night. He's there. He doesn't want to be there.
No.
It's just
He's
ridiculous.
collect-
It's just I'm
collecting a
sh-
paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm sure he just got so pissed that these guys acting a fool skating. He's like, nobody skates on my.
Yeah, I wonder what the
land."
precursor was.
yeah.
Holy shit!
Like,
I
it
said,
makes me
though-
wonder if the skaters were in the wrong, but this guy kind of seems like he might be out of line.
I'm siding with skater kids all day. I already said it.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But go ahead, Rip the rest
I would
of it
love
one
to
more
see
time.
this.
Security guard though is still my favorite.
Look at him. He's like, I'm getting you. I'm getting you.
He's so confused.
This guy's carrying a chair.
Watch him almost get hit by a car too. Like,
Where is he? Stop recording this shit!
Can we get some towels?
honestly,
recording
and
this shit.
I hate to say this, but she sounds like a woman that is probably a nurse.
It makes you against the guy who's somehow on the ground with his face bleeding.
Yeah,
open.
you're exactly
Because
right.
And you're
of
like,
his
why do I
girlfriend?
dislike this guy? He
Yes.
just got his ass beat.
Yeah, he got destroyed.
But I don't know. I don't know what to say about that guy other than like, dude, you're 40.
Yeah.
You're outside of your realm of what
Yeah.
you should be doing. Sure, you can punch a couple kids.
Yeah.
But what's gonna happen?
That.
You know what I mean? They're much
There
crazier
is.
than you.
Exactly.
With skateboards too?
Yeah.
Something to hit you with?
Come on, dude.
You're not.
That dude never even he couldn't even kickflip back in the day.
Dude, he American Wasteland hit that dude right in the fucking head.
Dude, good eye by saying, no, hit that with the trucks.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh. If it was the front of the board, it would have been bad, but, dude, he hit him with the truck.
Dude, that's
with bolts, brother,
fucking
with
flat
metal.
line,
Dude, there's literally a kingpin in the center that holds everything together,
Hey.
and the bolt sticks out.
A wise man once said, "Don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff."
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't put that energy out there
Isn't
if you're
it
not ready
just
to get hit in the
crazy
face with a skateboard.
There's people out there that just like they get drunk and they're like, I would love to fight right now. I just don't understand that.
Yeah,
Why?
cool guy.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
Does it make you feel tough?
Yeah.
Are you tough for wanting to pick a fight while you're drunk with some kids?
Also the same.
You're tough. People will look at you differently now. Fucking idiot.
This kid when we went to school with, I remember when we
damn
were
it.
like just out of high school, but like before we could actually drink, he went to the bar like with someone else's ID or like a fake ID, and he got into it with some guy, and he's like, "Oh, it's a whole meet me in the parking lot situation." Goes out in the parking lot. Obviously, his friend has like 8 dudes and gets the shit beat out of him.
Yeah.
In that situation, I was like, "Duh."
Yeah.
Like, I can't, like, dude, if you would have been put in a coma, I can barely still feel bad for you. Like, you were fucking stupid enough to do it. Like, I don't feel bad for, like, it's just situations like that where it's like, you brought it on, dude. Like, I cannot feel bad for you. Like, you might have even been the aggressor in the situation.
Right.
Like, oh, I don't know, fuck off.
Yeah. No,
Like, you put that
I
energy
agree.
out there, it's going to come back to you one way or another.
Exactly.
Yeah. Especially in public.
And they're just lucky that it didn't get worse.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he got his ass beat, but could have been a lot fucking worse.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we see people all the time that have orbital fractures. And we have to do surgery on them because somebody got in a fucking fight. and
Dude, do they
beats-
just
got
peel
beat their
your
ass.
fucking cheek, or what do they do for that?
No.
Dude,
just like, because they're trying to not make it fucking all messed up. So they're just, the incision is as little as possible, I guess.
Yeah.
I think, at least. I don't know.
Dude, like,
From what I can see.
I mean, we saw so many things when we lived to St. Joe. And it's hard for you to feel bad for those people.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no.
Like, it's like you're the one acting out of line. Both of the of parties,
Obviously, alcohol is a factor.
it for sure is, but like
Obviously.
you're both acting out of line. So like it's hard to feel bad for those people that are being dumbasses.
Like, dude, wouldn't you just rather be a fun, like, loving drunk?
My thing is, like,
No,
even if you
dude,
are
like-
that crazy guy, like, there's always somebody out there that's way tougher and way crazier than you.
Stronger, bigger,
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not
faster.
even worth, like,
Yeah.
to be that guy. Like, what's the point? You're gonna drive a cool Jeep. That cool Jeep video with the girl sitting on his lap while he's driving. Are you gonna be one of
haven't
those
seen that.
guys?
You're not the only one out there trying to be the only one.
Yeah. It's just like one of those things. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel bad.
No,
Like,
I don't either.
Dude, for instance, you guys know of Bradley Martin, the YouTuber?
Yeah.
Fucking huge. Obviously, he's crazy yoked. He just did a video the other day with Brian Shaw, literally a 4-time world's strongest man. And this motherfucker is like 6'6" and like fucking 4 bills, but yoked.
Yeah.
So like Bradley Martin, we all see Bradley Martin, like, holy shit, this guy's crazy. Brian Shaw is twice, like, he's way bigger than him.
Yeah.
There's always somebody
I
bigger.
literally think
There's
of
always
fights
somebody
as in,
bigger.
like, you seen the Battle of Buster Scruggs?
Yes.
When the first guy walks in, the white, the
Yeah.
cowboy in white, where he's-
Blake,
the songbird, Tim Blake Nelson.
Tim Blake Nelson.
He's just
that's
singing
what it
around,
is.
dude. He's singing around town. He's the badass. Like,
Yes.
someone starts shit with him in the bar. They say
Uh-huh.
no guns. He gets the guy to shoot himself in the head. Pretty much. It's just
Yes.
like he's the cool guy, and then bam, 3 minutes later, new cowboy rolls into town and he gets fucking smoked.
And guess what? He's
And
dead.
it's just like everything. It's like, dude, if you're bringing that in, like, you only have so long before you're gonna get smoked or something stupid's
Exactly.
gonna happen, or before you know
100%.
your wife asks for some towels when you're in the middle of a fucking diner.
Dude, have you ever seen the fucking? I think he's Korean. He's a Korean like boxer. I don't know. I think their boxing is different in Korea. Maybe he's 7'2" and yoked, dude.
That's
He can't
7'2"
be
boxer.
beaten. He's like fighting people that are in the same weight class as him. Like I saw a highlight video of it. He's fighting people in the same weight class as him, and they literally can't reach him. Like they can't get a shot on his face.
makes sense.
And like there was a clip where this one dude goes
He's
to
probably
like
what 3+, right?
something like that. Like he's in the heavyweight division where when you get to so much, it just who cares?
Yeah, right.
You know. So this guy's trying to throw a punch at him, right? And he throws a punch, completely misses. Like he's just not long enough to reach him, right? And this dude just does that to the guy's face, and he knocks him cold, dude. And I'm like, there's no way any human is beating that guy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing.
It
like,
was
there's
insane.
always somebody bigger.
Yeah.
There's always somebody crazier. There's always somebody to risk more.
Yeah, there's
You know
always
what I
somebody
mean?
willing to hit you with a skateboard, stab you, rob you. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah.
So there's just no point for that fucking nonsense. And people, I hate people that are that way.
It's shut
too.
the fuck up Friday, really,
It's
at the end
truly,
of the day.
it's so stupid.
Shut
Yeah.
up, keep it moving.
And and I'm so glad that we can all agree that we are siding with the skateboarders, even though it's pretty fucking shitty to hit somebody with a skateboard at fucking full force, knock their fucking head open. But still,
Or
fuck
is it
that
cool?
guy.
You look at it from the other side, he stood up for 3 of his homies.
It's true.
Yeah,
His homies.
Have you guys
Hammies.
ever? I don't want to watch it.
Assault with a deadly weapon. That guy was 45,
Yeah.
dude, picking on
Yeah.
teenagers.
I don't want to watch it, but have you ever seen that fucking video of these kids in like it looks like they're in a movie theater of some sorts, maybe? They get into this altercation. One dude gets on the ground, and this one dude from the other side drop kicks his fucking face.
I love it.
And like it's bad. And then like 2 other dudes come in and refinish him off.
Yeah, that's the worst. One of these already knocked out, but you're
Dude, the kids
They're
went
hitting
to
on him.
the
Ugh.
kids went to jail for attempted murder or something like that, like homicide,
Yeah.
something like that. And I'm like, it's one of those videos that it's fucking hard to watch, even if you don't feel bad for the people. Like, dude, I mean, that's mashed potato brains at its
Oh.
finest,
Yeah.
dude. It's fucking bad.
comatose type of deal.
Yeah.
Yikes,
Can I show you this one, Blake? What other ones do you have? I want to show you another one.
No, go ahead. I don't even know. I brought one more, but I don't know what else it was.
This guy right here.
Oh, this guy is just a quick one if you want to play it.
Yeah.
Cody, tell me medically what's going on with this
I
guy.
can't.
Is
dude.
it
I think I'm a
disgusting?
fucking doctor, bro.
No.
That's a
I
normal.
mean,
that's a normal back right there.
Oh, sure. Play the video. It's a normal back, he says.
What was that?
He put a cutie between his shoulder blades,
God.
and he fucking squeezed a fucking cutie.
It squeaked.
His scapulas combined together to squeeze an orange.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Didn't miss a beat.
But dude, his shoulder blades move so much that he makes fart noises because there's such compression between his shoulder blades.
Some women clap their ass. He claps
Play
his
it one
shoulder
more
blades.
time. One more time. Look at his shoulder blades. It's just not. It doesn't seem right. It looks like a bussy. It's so insane, dude.
this sound-
If I could meet anybody with shoulders like that, I'd be like, "What the fuck is going on,
I have no idea what's going on,
dude? Why are they so mobile?"
I have no idea.
You know what's crazier is that it's like right in the unitchable part. He can just itch it by himself.
Yeah.
And just get it.
Dude, I love the
That's
beat. The
fucking
beat is
crazy.
awesome.
It's just his fucking shoulders farting together.
It's even fun. The sound is even funnier because it's like you getting used to that one sound, and
Oh,
then he
yeah.
throws the peach, and there's like
Yeah,
Oh, dude, it's
it's
awesome.
unbelievable.
that is fucking insane.
I don't know what's going on. I love it though.
I've never
I
seen
love
shoulder
it.
blades so mobile.
No, that's crazy.
That's so fucking wild.
I looked at him. I looked at that like freeze frame, and I was like, "Dude, this is guy just like with a pretty decently muscular back, whatever." Oh my god,
That's
is
fucking.
awesome.
That's fucking
That
wild.
was a great one.
How do you figure
I
that
love
out, by the way?
I agree.
Like, my shoulders move.
He's doing back rows, and he's like, "Holy shit!"
I think it probably has to do with some people just having crazy flexible. You know, people double jointed,
Sure.
and like people just I don't know. Like
But your
how
scapulas look like tectonic plates.
I've always freaked me out when people just fucking like their elbow just goes in.
Kind of.
Oh my god, that creeps me out.
Or like
Jesus.
those people who have the floppy elbows, like the inverted elbows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like the elbows up here. But the
Yeah,
arm
that's what I
slopes
mean.
down.
Like they just
Yeah.
like their elbow can go in.
And it's like just get rid of that.
I know.
You know how easy I could
Or-
armbar that right off of your body.
or the people that can go
Oh yeah, dude, that shit freaks me
Yeah.
out.
and then they just go all around and it's like clack 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 clack.
How about like when an octopus goes through a hole like this big?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty fucked up.
Dude,
boneless
I
baby.
remember we had not a student teacher, but it was like a teacher that would be there for 3 months or so. A student teacher.
Sure.
Student teacher.
She bad though?
I was in like 3rd grade. I don't remember.
Yeah, wait.
But I just remember this.
You weren't sexualizing girls in the 3rd grade.
I just
Yeah.
remember it was like 3rd or 4th grade, and we had this teacher, and she was a student teacher. And she could do that, and I was fucking scarred for life after. That was the first time. Oh my
Why would you
god!
show
She
kids
showed
that?
you.
By the way,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't
She
know.
would show you
Well,
that.
because she was
Hey
like,
kids, guess what I can do?
I don't even remember how it came up, but she just like did it in class one day, and I was like, "Well, now I'm not sexualizing you at all."
By the way, you guys saying this, and kids are literally like, "You want to see me run to that rocket back?"
Yeah.
Of course, the teacher's gonna be like, "You want to see me do some weird shit?" Because all the kids are gonna be like, "Uh-huh."
They're gonna eat it up, and then they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, there's my attention for the day."
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
I want to be you when I grow up.
Yeah.
Here's my kid. Look at my kid.
So the last one I have for you, I didn't think it was that funny. Sarah sent it to me, and I'm just like, it's
Oh,
kind of
no.
funny.
Hold on, I love the guy already.
Yeah. Just wait till you hear what he talks
Is
about.
his
No,
name
it's
Jerry?
it's something religious. Look
Yeah.
at his shirt.
Yeah.
I'm already into it.
It's not that religious, by the way. It's kind of religious. It's so fun.
Can you cremate a morbidly obese person? Well, the short answer is yes. However, the cremator has to be of sufficient size and the person must be cremated first thing in the day while the cremator is still cool. There have been many documented cases of crematories burning down because of grease fires. That's your funeral fact.
He was 100% serious.
That's your
Oh,
funeral fact.
That guy's cool, I guess.
And that's your funeral fact.
Don't his hands look twice as big as his body?
They do.
Oh
like,
God,
really
I just
big.
noticed that shit.
Yeah.
Wait, was he? I couldn't tell if he was joking.
I'm pretty sure he's a cremator. Like, that's what he does.
But like, do you think that's real?
Yeah, because it's oil. It's fat.
Yeah.
They're so greasy.
fire.
Well, it's just like an animal.
No,
you
I know
what
what you
Yeah.
mean. There's so much excess adipose tissue. It's like, and then it just greases everything up.
Yeah.
Then you put water on the grease fire, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah. She sent it to me. I'm like, oh, that's
Very-
disgusting to even think about. But he's such a fun character.
I
that I'm
love
just
him.
like,
I love him.
That's your funeral fact.
Yeah, I love that.
Like, he does
That's
one of these a day.
nice. Can you cremate a morbidly obese person? Well, it happens to be. No.
Yeah, he's fucking fun. I love him. This fucking guy, dude.
Holy shit.
I just don't understand the shoulder. Dude, this is what I wanted to talk about. You know what I saw today? Obviously, it's been a thing for like thousands. You know, bound feet? Like Chinese women binding their feet back in like literally like the Middle
Is that
Ages.
the one where they make them look like they're a
We look it up.
Hot-
I know
yeah.
you have limited battery, but let's do it. We look up bound feet or binded feet. I don't know.
makes it look like a
Yeah.
heel type of deal?
So I didn't know. So imagine this is your foot, right? They put the
That's
toes.
exactly what it is right
They
there.
put the toes underneath.
Yeah.
That's how they
Is
put
there
them
a
in the shoe.
lateral? There you go. Okay, if you go to the one
Oh
with the,
my
the skeletal,
fucking God.
No,
They
no, no.
wrap. No, that is what they do. It's that.
Yeah, exactly.
They literally
But if you go
wrap
to
their
the one
toes.
to the left, and then the X-ray from above. That's what it looks like. See, it looks like a heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do they do this?
It was like a status symbol back in like a certain dynasty in China, and they ran with it for a couple hundred years. But there was at one point where it was like an erotic symbol, like women who have who had binded feet or bound. I don't even know what the correct terminology is. I'm gonna keep going back and forth between binded and bound.
It's
But
what,
there was-
I mean, it's what it says. Unbound
foot
foot,
binding.
bound.
But there was
foot.
women who would have bound feet, and like these, it was erotic in a way. And apparently, even dating back to their art through this whole dynasty, is there was naked women, but they would never ever show their bound feet bare, always with shoe on.
Shoes.
So, like to me, that was like, is that where a foot fetish comes from? Because it seems to me like it's so weird, but it's such a specialized thing that their culture like dialed in that like it seems to me like you would have had to have had a foot fetish back then, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
like, dude, you're like, oh my god, look at those bound feet. But long story short, they do it when the girls are like ages like 10 to 14, I guess, when their arches haven't fully developed. So yeah, like I said, the 3 toes underneath, the big toe still hangs out, but it's like starts to curve down, and then the heel starts to go upwards. But dude, if you start looking at these pictures of them in shoes,
Disgusting, dude.
go up, Chris. See if you can find one in shoes like that one. That's what they look like, dude. It's insane. And yeah, their arches start to go like this, and their foot starts to almost look like cloven.
So why?
It's just a status symbol. Like it showed that you were rich back in the day. Like you didn't have to work. Like, you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
That was
Yeah.
fucking disgusting.
It's not really much of a thing anymore, but some of these older like Chinese like still have it.
That has to be extremely painful, right?
Apparently, when you do it though, like when they start training you, they'll like trim your toenails. They'll start to put it in the boot, and then like every once in a while they would bring it out, trim your toenails, put it back in. Like they would almost never see the light of day. But obviously, you're still running the risk of infection and all that and shit with your toenails growing, because like they would trim them almost as short as possible, just so that you wouldn't get like ingrown toenails. So you have to imagine, like, after so long, you're going to get some ingrown toenails.
For sure.
And they'd start to get infected and that, whatever. But long story short, since the 1800s or so, it hasn't been a thing.
I can't stop looking at that picture.
I know,
That's
dude.
alien foot,
No,
dude.
there was the top picture that got me, the one with the very old woman in the middle. That's the one that I saw, and I was like, dude, oh my God.
Just permanently like that.
Yeah, that one that you were messing with, Chris, the one at the bottom, looks like Patrick Star.
Yeah.
Not
It
like,
looks like a tentacle person.
Yeah.
Let's take Bikini Bottom and move it over there.
But I just saw that, and I was like, dude, that is nutty. People did it for like 800 years. Just was like,
fucking foul.
it was a hot girl summer. People were binding their feet.
So what made you think about this, Blake?
Nothing. I just went down a weird rabbit hole.
you know what's I think it's on. Was it on TikTok? Because I think I saw it on TikTok too, and I was like,
I don't
that's
know.
fucked up, man. I just didn't think of it later, but it is insane. And does it ever like? It comes to my mind a lot. Like, there's doctors out there that literally just do feet.
Yeah.
It's great. Isn't that
That's
crazy?
what doesn't make sense to me about like doctors specializing in something. Like, what made you want to be a vag doctor?
Yeah, I know.
What made you want to be a urologist?
I've
What made
been-
you want to look at dudes' prostates? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, it's so.
Dude, for sure. Like I've been in a room where somebody's asked a fucking
Like, do you just have that gift as a doctor? You're like, I know a good prostate when I see one. When I touch my index to it, ooh, I know when it's a heater.
But I've been in a room when like somebody's asked this person like, "Hey, why do you like assholes?" Like when there's a gastro whatever like
Yeah.
you know, somebody that does colonoscopies all day or somebody that likes to do hemorrhoids or some shit, like, "Hey, why do you like this?" And they're just like, "I don't know, didn't mind it."
Fuck.
Okay.
So you
A lot
became the ass guy.
A lot of people are just like, somebody's got to do it, type of deal.
There's probably not very many people going into that field.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
dude,
just
so-
thinking of the doctors though that are like what do you call a cancer doctor?
Oncologist.
Oncologist. So like like those people, you got to be like, you got cancer, you got cancer, you got cancer. That's got to be your 9 to 5 every day. You know what I mean? Yep, you got cancer. Hey, you lucked out on this one. You don't have cancer, but it could turn into cancer. You better come back next week. You know what I mean? Just having that stress on your shoulders, like, it's crazy that there's doctors that are willing to do that. You know what I mean? Or like trauma. You know, like
Trauma doctors
doctors
nuts.
and shit like that, where it's like, oh hey, he can barely breathe again. Like, how do you even articulate that to someone else? You know what I
Some
mean?
people are just gifted, dude. Like some people just have that niche. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they're just like, and I feel like trauma doctors, like they're the type of people that go.
They actually have to feel, is what I'm thinking. Because like we always talk about like doctors, like they might have this like, not, I wouldn't say cold hearted, but they have like an indifference because they see it so much, or like not cold hearted at all, but it's just like a clinical looking at it.
The thing is though, once you see it enough, you definitely lose like sight of it.
Yeah.
Because then there's a lot of people that I know that are like, I don't
fucking-
care.
But I'm saying the
I don't
doctors
care.
that have to be good at breaking news, you have to tap into that emotional part regardless, where you can't come off as ice cold because you're like, hey, he's in a coma forever. Good luck. You know what I mean? Whereas, like,
Honestly,
you know what I mean? Whereas
yeah.
that's pretty much what you're telling them, but you have to be a doctor and be like, hey, it's a long road to recovery, this, and this. It's going to be a doozy from here on
The
out.
problem is there's really nobody to like regulate that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like a doctor.
It's all bedside
a doctor,
manner.
A doctor can be an asshole.
Yeah.
And like he's known for being an asshole, and the hospital's gonna be like, "What do you want me to do?" Sorry, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are we supposed to do? Because like a lot of I've been in a circumstance where a doctor has said, "Yeah, he didn't make it," and it was just like that.
Just left.
Just like it was just like it wasn't like I'm very sorry for your loss and like I blah, blah, blah. It was just like, yeah, he didn't make it, man. Sorry.
But there's no like, you don't have to like be.
No, you don't
passionate
have
or
to do
something.
anything.
Like there's nothing.
No. What's gonna stop them? Who's gonna fire
Right,
them?
You know, yeah, I know.
Hey man, we gotta fucking complain about you. Do better next time. He's gonna say, okay, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, it's just crazy. Like you
Imagine when there's robot doctors and you're like, give me the results, give me the results. Waiting for results.
waiting for results.
He is dead. You know what I mean? It's gonna have to be. It's gonna become that, or like that to the point someday. That accessible to your fingers, where you're like, are they dead or are they alive? Are they dead or are they alive? You hit a button. They are almost dead. You know what I mean,
Dude, I think it's fucked. I think it's funny as fuck because a lot of things are gonna be like, your recovery time is beep boop beep 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 boop.
Never.
2 years. And it's just like people are gonna be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Oh, dude, I can't wait for that time.
What's
dude.
that
It's gonna
fucking?
be awesome.
It's like a Disney movie where it's like a robot. This kid creates
Smart
a-
House.
No,
Damn.
Sarah fucking made me watch it. I can't remember what.
Big
it's
Hero
called.
6?
Yeah,
That movie sucks.
I'm
it does
outta here.
suck. It'll be like that.
Pissed him off that bad. No, yeah, it's
Cody, you're a people pleaser, and I like it, but you can say no. The same thing with Brock. You can lie to your dad and say you're busy.
Well,
He has a bro that he can find.
I mean,
He'll find one of his 88 cousins. You know what I mean? There's so many of them. He'll find one.
but he wants to spend the time with his son. Right?
That's why you go over there on Sunday and you stay there for 2 hours and then you jet out of there.
Sunday is a good day to go.
Yes,
And Sunday's the best day
because
to
they
go.
don't want to see you that much because they got the Sunday scaries and you got the Sunday scaries, so you don't want to stay long. And you both have an excuse. You're like, "Hey, it was good. It was fun. See you later. I'll see you next week."
It's true.
And then it gives you an out because you're
Sunday.
going to see him again.
Sunday's the best.
the Sunday scaries are so real.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure, dude.
Yeah.
100%.
I hate Sundays.
The Sundays are bad, bro.
Yeah,
Sundays are by far my favorite day. Like when football is in season, there's no day I rather have than a football Sunday to
too,
myself.
I love.
But
oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, Sunday, dude, the Sunday scares are the worst.
Just knowing what's ahead.
Yeah. You're like, well, here's just 5 more days of me wasting some time.
wasting your life away. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that completely.
You're like, I guess you want me to pretend for 40 hours. I can.
Do you often think that? Hey, you just go through your life pretending for 40 hours
Yeah.
a week, and then you're just like, I just pretend that I'm.
See, my thing is
Tolerable.
like, no matter what, is like, I can't be a bad employee.
Yeah,
Like to a fault. Like I am just like I'm so self-critical to where like I can't be a bad employee and feel okay about it.
Right.
Like I feel like such a piece of shit that I could try to go like a little above and beyond. Like I'm definitely not the full max. Like I'm not giving you 100%.
yeah.
Let's start there. I might give you 94.
God forbid.
God forbid I give you 95.
But the thing is, there's a lot of people that companies pay for 60.
That's what I'm saying. And
You know
like,
what I
I
mean?
see it too. Like there's, it's still like the same thing.
Right.
Not everybody I work with. I work with some really good people, but like, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's that person that is always at 70%, and you're like, dude, I'm at 90 and not even trying, and I'm fine.
And
You know
we're
what I
getting
mean? And,
paid
like,
the same amount of
that's what I'm
money.
saying, but like, I feel bad about even doing that. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I get it for sure.
Yeah,
But like some people just have that thing where it's like they just don't care.
yeah.
They just do not care. It's all about them. Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
I'm like not the greatest employee, but I'm at the point where it's like I can't fuck over my team.
For
Like,
sure.
I'm gonna be a good employee
Yeah.
to not fuck over my team.
Yeah.
Right.
But the company,
Fuck them.
fuck, I don't care.
Yeah. Especially
Why?
when you
Who
especially when you
cares?
work for a giant corporation.
Corporations don't care. About
Right,
you.
like I work
No.
for a giant corporation, so like I don't give a fuck.
I mean, you care in some way because like obviously you're still trying to reach goals for like your team,
Right.
which in turn looks good for the company. So technically, you are working for the company, and it's just under the guise of working for your team.
Yeah.
But I do get exactly what you're saying.
But at some point, I'm like doing it so to look at my manager and then look at the manager ahead of him. Past him, I don't give a shit. Like look at my manager.
But those are the dudes that you interact with day to
Right,
day.
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm doing it for them.
You don't interact
Yeah.
with the
and then I'm
CEO
doing
of Best
it,
Buy.
Yeah, and then I'm doing it for my general manager.
Right.
Past that, I don't care.
But the thing is, there's general managers in every store, right?
Right,
And there's a fucking bajillion Best Buys.
right.
So it's like, it's not like obviously it's important. Like general managers are important and they have it's a high status and all that
Right.
kind of stuff. But if there's 10,000 Best Buy stores, which I don't know how many
There's
there's.
1,000,
Okay,
a
well,
little over 1,000.
yeah, a little. If there's so a little over 1,000 Best Buy stores, there's a little over 1,000 general managers.
yeah,
That's a fucking dick ton, you know.
yeah. But like, what I'm saying is, I'm doing it for my manager, and then that, past that,
Fuck 'em.
I don't really care.
And then past that, fuck them.
I'm trying
It's
to keep.
also an unseeable goal once you get that far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like
saying.
it's something that you're not going to see the benefits of, like how hard you're working. You're not going to see the benefits of that because you don't have a view of it like that big. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like
Also-
you're so close to it that you don't really see what's going on.
Conversely, do you ever think about the people that try 100% all the time and don't go anywhere, and you just feel so bad for them?
Kind
Yeah.
of, but that it's more of like it's more of their personality rather than their actual working.
Yeah.
It's
ability, is what
100%
I've learned.
true.
It's like, dude, if you have a personality that's like and this might sound bad, but if you have the personality that you're coming in at the drop of a hat because they asked, or because of this, or
Yeah.
because of this, you're gonna get walked over. You can't do
For
it every
sure.
single time. You have to say no for no good reason.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing I've learned in life, to keep your, not even to keep power, but just to keep power of kind of your own life. Like you can say no for no reason.
Yeah.
Like you can say no because you don't want to. Like it's something that I think about all the time. Like I kind of feel bad about it, but like if I don't even want to a little bit, then I don't even want to go through the motions. I might as well say no.
Like even if like you have a coworker that says, "Hey, can you pick up my shift?" You can just be like, "No."
Yeah, which sometimes I would for sure say, yeah, like, hey, do you want to? Can you swap me this day? I'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But when you're the guy that does it at the drop of a hat every single time, you're gonna
Right.
get the one. You're gonna be the one that gets worked over.
Definitely, for sure.
You're gonna be the one that everyone starts.
It's like
to
you
ask.
can, so you can do a couple, but then
Yeah.
you have to throw in the no. I'm
Yeah,
good,
you can't
man.
be a doormat. Like, it's those
Yeah.
people that don't make it anywhere. Is you're a doormat. You're willing to do anything. It's yes men.
Yes.
Yes men's a double edged sword, because
For
obviously you
sure.
make it to where you are by saying yes, and you're like a good employee. But then you're only taken so far because you still say yes.
Right.
Hey, can you do this? Like, dude, you're gonna get fucked over every time.
I feel like yes men can get overlooked so easily though.
They can.
That's
but,
the thing.
But that's what the thing about a
Like,
yes man
yeah,
is. Like,
you're-
dude, you can be super successful and you can be an outgoing, just that type
Yeah.
of yes man, or you can just be the yes man that has little to no power and you just keep saying yes. You know what I mean?
sure.
It's just a dynamic of your life where it's
sure.
like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like. There's people that I work with that give 100% all the time, but I'm like, you'll never move up because of this quality of your personality.
Yeah.
Not that like you're a yes man, but just
Yeah.
like you're not.
I'm just saying the trait of a lot of these people
Right.
I've seen in my time working, where like I've been their boss and maybe I shouldn't have, or like I've looked over them and like they're just as good of an employee, but it's because of just little stupid shit where it's like it's just like there's so much subliminal shit that still goes on in people's minds that you don't think about, where it's just stuff like it's a doormat type of a guy that
No,
just you know what I mean.
100%.
It might be a great employee, but it's not a guy that's going to run your business any day.
Yeah. Like I'm the same way though. Like I'll never move up to, let's say, manager status because I don't care that much. Like there's a lot more people that care more than I do. I don't want to say I'm there to collect a paycheck, but like
But you're not there to schmooze, you know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah.
not there to make your way up. Like you're doing your job every day. If they want to promote you for doing your job well, then they should do it. But like
Yeah.
the thing is, like they shouldn't promote you because you're fucking schmoozing with the manager and
Right.
saying yes and doing this. Like I don't know.
yeah.
It's just the
But-
dynamic of the workforce where
Are
it's
those
so weird.
are those the people that get looked at though that are schmoozing? A, the manager,
I mean,
and B, the
sometimes.
customers and type of deal like
Sometimes.
that.
To be a manager, you're usually on the edge. You're on the edge of being a for the places I've worked at least. You're on the edge of being a really good employee and just being the guy that gives all every day. And you're on the edge of being that and being a schmoozer. You're schmoozing with the guy who's your boss because he's the regional manager, and the regional manager goes to this guy and this guy, so it all comes back to you. So you start schmoozing with these other people to help you get in easier, and then it's just a slippery slope of you just saying yes, yes, yes to this frickin' regional manager when he might be the fucking bozo.
I was gonna say, isn't that terrible that like sometimes like they can just hire somebody and then like that person creeps their way up and then gets a high status position,
Yeah.
then has to make all these decisions, and then all the decisions or most of the decisions that this person
The chickens
makes
come
are
to roost,
terrible.
like someday
Holy
you
shit.
find out the guy's not the right guy for the job.
Yeah.
You might not realize then, but you'll find out one day.
I know, but isn't that just crazy, man?
Yeah.
That's just nuts.
I mean, like there's definitely like an inner circle at where I work.
So
that,
is
like,
everywhere though.
that like certain people aren't managers, but they're kind of in that circle. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like they'll get certain. I don't want to say they'll get certain jobs because of certain. They're in this circle, but like
They get looks, maybe.
they definitely have looks over certain things,
Yeah.
and they definitely have different authority over different people
Right.
because of that. So I don't know. There definitely is that whole dynamic, but like I said, like there's people that like will never move up because they either just don't have the leadership. Like they're a really good employee, but they don't have leadership skills, or they don't have they just don't have management skills. Like some people like are really good employees, but they can't handle customer conflict well. Like they just don't do it well. So like they'll just never be that next. They'll never be that next guy. They'll never be that next factor.
Or it's the opposite, where the guy's like the best people person in the store, but he doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
Like he's good at talking to
Yeah,
people,
right.
and he might take one for the team. Like, hey, can you help that guy? And he'll go help him before you do.
Right.
But you're gonna be doing all the shit at close or in inventory or this and
Yeah.
that. Where it's like it's just the dynamic of that. Where it's like obviously you can't complain because like it's such a fucking clusterfuck you get thrown into. Like when you get a job, you know what I mean? Like who knows what you're walking into? Like the manager
Yeah.
and this and that and whatever.
I remember Timmy, he's our beats guy. He was telling me about this guy that worked there before I did, and he was really fucking good. Like super, super good salesman, whatever. But he got to the point where he was so good that he just like he would hit his number for the day and just be like, I'm leaving. And nobody would say anything to him. And then like he would, I'm not even kidding you, we sell duster at work, like air duster, right?
Yeah.
He would kneel under like the answer center, like our registers in our computer, and just huff duster or whatever.
Hell yeah.
And then just go back to,
Holy shit.
yeah, and he did it like a couple times and nobody caught him. And then somebody saw him do it and they're like, see, yep, that's what he's doing. Yeah. And then, yeah, he was out of there. But yeah. Like there are people like that are so good that they just don't, they're a bad employee because they're so good at doing the main job that they're a bad team player, if that makes sense. So I don't know. It's a weird dynamic, but yeah, I've learned the same thing. You can't just say yes to everything. I mean, you have to if it's your boss or whatever. Like people that are on the same authority as me, they're like, "Hey, will you do this before you leave?" And I'm like, "No, I don't need to. I'm scheduled off at this time. I don't need to fucking do that."
Even if it's your boss, if you have like a way of saying, "No, I don't think that's smart for me to do, and here's why."
Yeah.
And if you like approach them that way, then they might be like, "Sure."
A lot of my managers are understanding, and they'll like, "Hey, can we set this a different way, or can we, set this wall a different way, like display this differently?" And I'm like, "I don't think it's a good idea." I was like, "Why the fuck would we do that? That's so stupid." And they're like, they sit back and they're like, think about it. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. We're still doing it that way. So, I mean, I definitely give my input a lot and be like, I don't think that's fucking stupid. But then you get to a point where that guy doesn't have authority because he's listening to the general manager or whatever. He's like, the general manager wants it this way. And so your opinion down here means fucking nothing.
The same thing that's wrong with our workforce is the same critique of the communism workforce is like people only work so hard before like there's nothing to gain. And you can argue it's the same thing as what we're doing now. Like you can only work so hard before there's nothing to gain. Like you're not going to get a promotion out of it. You're not going to get a raise out of it. So why would you?
Like obviously you're talking about like a certain position as in not
just
like,
in general, like people talk about capitalism like it's a merit-based system, like it's a meritocracy. Like, hey, you do this, you'll move up the ladder, and it's not like that. Like it's never been like that, and like that's just the misconception of like just working in general. Like I don't know, like the workforce is the same anywhere you go almost. Like the whole workforce thing. But I'm just saying, like people are going to do the bare minimum to make the maximum. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And it's always going to be that way, no matter what. Like, you can pretend like, oh, do this, you'll get promoted. And then it's like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Unless you're like a salesman.
If you could do less to get promoted, then why wouldn't you do that anyways?
That's what I'm saying. And people do it. And you watch people, and when you start working, you see it. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's this job or that job, like, you see it all the time. You're like, that guy? You know what I mean? And it's like, it doesn't matter.
But then, like, I've been in the situations of, like, I'll not get a certain job at work or whatever. Like, I won't get a certain position. And then a different guy will get it. I'm like, why the fuck did they get it?
Obviously,
they don't do this,
you're
this,
biased.
and this.
Like, you're biased because
you're biased
it's yourself.
for sure.
Yeah.
You're biased for sure. But, like, it goes back to the same thing. Like, minimum wage equals minimum effort.
Yeah.
If you're not going to pay me to do certain things, I'm not going to fucking do them. Are you fucking insane?
Yeah.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Fuck. I just still go back to my Dairy Queen days of literally telling them, like, hey, you want more, give more money, baby.
Yeah.
Like, you're paying a 17-year-old $7.50. You know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You're going to get someone who goes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're going to get. Me at the grill just going, those look ready.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? That's a 6-minute wait on the chicken sandwich. There's not really, but I just need to take 6 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them, that's why.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's a weird thing, too. Like you said, at work, like, we'll do something, right? You'll sell a certain thing, or you'll do a certain thing, or you'll set something up, right? Whatever. You, in your head, you're like, I don't want to do this because I'm going to, like, I'm this way. I don't want to do this because I don't want to get recognition. Because I don't fucking care about the recognition.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter to shit in the long run. Who fucking cares? But then when you do it, I'm also the same guy that's like, nobody fucking thanked me. Fuck, guys. I put in all this fucking time and effort. I spent an 8-hour shift doing this fucking project.
That's fucking recognition.
Give me some fucking where you at? You know what I mean? Like it's that same thing.
And then
With
some asshole comes
double-edged
up
sword.
and they throw a couple pop sockets in the section that's not supposed to be there. And you're like, it's done. It's over. I give up.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
dude. Like,
You're like, those aren't supposed to go there, but I'm done.
dude. I remember when I worked at Finish Line during holiday season,
Oh, God.
and let's say
Just
it's
piles of mismatched shirts and shoes that are missing from the wall some reason.
dude. So we would have a foldable table, and it was just filled with college sweatshirts, like the most basic, right? It's just
Texas.
Those were always like the 2 for like 2 for 40 or
Yeah,
like whatever
yeah.
sweatshirts.
Yeah, the 2
It was
for
like 1 for
40s.
25, 2 for 40
Yeah.
sweatshirts. They always did like
Yeah.
college sweatshirts.
And so it would just be this table, right? And there's just stacked like this high off the table, right? And they're all around the table. And they would schedule one person every day. And you'd come in and you're begging that you don't have that spot. Like you're begging that they're not telling you, hey, you're on sweatshirt duty. Because that job is literally you start at one end and you start folding. You fold the stack, fold the stack, fold the stack. By the time you get around and come back to that original sweatshirt,
Fucked up.
it's all fucked up. You just keep going around in a circle, dude, for 6, 7, 8 hours a day. It was fucking terrible.
I knew how. Go ahead.
And you're just eyeballing people across the way that are fucking up the sweatshirts. You just fold in. You're like,
Yeah, Karen, fuck you.
I knew how unorganized work was going to be from a young age. I got on like a stupid little remodel job, and my whole job for the first 3 or 4 days I worked there was to knock nails out of boards.
What?
They wanted to reclaim a bunch of the wood, so I knocked nails out of the boards for 4 days. And that's when I knew. I was like, you people are paying me for this?
Fuck yeah.
Just knocking nails out of wood. I stepped on like 3 nails.
Oh.
I was wearing some Air Maxes though. It was fun. But dude, it was crazy. It's like, oh yeah, like obviously, like once I was doing that at like 16, I'm like, oh, this is life, huh? Like it wasn't that feeling, but of like, you know what I mean? Like, oh hey, this is what a job is. Like, it's just haphazard bullshit.
yeah. When I worked in a factory after my high school summer, I mean, you work in a factory for three
yeah.
months, dude, and you're young like that. That shit'll melt your brain, dude.
When I did that though, it was the same thing where I realized then I would go into work like some days in the summer, and the summer for manufacturing is a bit of like a mixed bag. It's either really, really banging or it's really, really slow because like the model year changeovers, like they're changing everything over from this part to this part, so they're doing new setups and shit. But I went in for a week straight and they just didn't have parts. They just didn't have parts for me.
So
to
then
run.
what did you do?
They didn't have parts for me to put in the machine. I just left.
Huh.
I just
you
left.
went home?
Just
Did you
went
get
home.
paid?
Whole week. No.
Oh.
Just left. But like that's how unorganized it was. Like, oh hey, these 4 guys that are running this job over here aren't gonna be able to work. Well, that's crazy.
Ooh, shit.
Just send us home for a week.
Yeah.
I didn't care. Like I was in high school, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like let's say that you are 45 years old
Yeah.
and you depend on that
for
paycheck.
sure, for sure. But I was just like, it was such a weird thing where it's like, oh, you guys weren't prepared for this. That's pretty crazy.
But they're also not giving a lot of those weird jobs to like. They're giving those jobs to summer temps.
Yeah, right. Like, I get
Dude, the job that I did was fucking terrible. Like my job so they did brass fittings. So basically I would clean the dies that would come from the forge. So these dies were 25, 30 pounds of steel, and then they had a mold on top, and then you had another one that was the bottom, or vice versa, whatever. And then they would run, let's say, 2,000 parts through the forge, and this thing is running hot brass into this like liquid brass, and then it's cooling, and then it's
hardening,
pounding it like it's coming through a press, right? And then those 2 dies would run, let's say, 25 to 3,000 parts, 2,500, 3,000 parts. They take them off. They're covered in black like residue and all this shit. So my job was literally scraping the black residue off, sandblasting them, pearlizing them for 8 hours a day. It was
horrible,
fucking terrible. And then if I got done with my job early, they'd send me back to the forge press, and literally my job was when those parts came out, they would run up through a conveyor belt, be cooled, and they would come down. And they're not like the part, it's just a template of the part. So then you put it in the cutter, then the cutter cuts it to the part. It cuts the excess off, dude. Talk about melt your fucking brain. You start to run out of things to think about, so your brain starts to think about things to think about.
Dude, it's like the same thing. Like when I was running a machine, it's like, dude, as shit starts to go through your head, like I would run 6 parts like every 15 minutes. And then it would get in my head, I'm like, 6 parts, 15 minutes, 24 parts an hour, 8 hours. That's 100 and whatever parts. You know, like I would get into that. And I'm like, if I go to the bathroom right now and I came back and that was 1 minute, then I would be 1 minute off the pace, and then I would only have this many.
Oh,
like, dude, you'd start to think like
my
that.
God.
Like you'd start to think like that. Like you'd start to think like the machine. Like it gets. No, I'm not even kidding.
Machine-like.
Dude, it gets you into that mindset where it's almost creative in a way because it keeps you so busy that it almost stops you from thinking, and you're just a machine at that point.
Yeah.
But it literally gets to you where you're like, yeah,
Holy
24 an
shit.
hour. You're like, what is that? You're like, 4
Yeah, dude.
186. You're like, I need to run this many. And you're like, but if I go to the bathroom, I'm only going to have 180. And then if I go to the lunch and I take this amount of time, I'm only going to have 174. You know what I mean? And then you're going to have 170 parts or 180 parts that day you have to make. But you're just running through that shit where it's like, dude, this is never ending. Like, it's so bad.
Dude, that job of the cutting part, right? It would come down into a conveyor belt down to a ramp, and like it'd get to the point where if like you slow down your pace, you'd get a buildup of parts, right? And that's when it gets fun, because sometimes like I would be on pace and I'd be waiting for him to come down. Like, you know what? I'm gonna kick back for like a couple minutes, see how many I can build up, and then fucking just go ham,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then it would get to the point where I'd get bored with that, so I'd just wait for each one to come down, and I'd like grab it and then like try to kick flip it onto the press. And I do these certain like skateboard varial tricks, right? And I'm like, kick flip varial, tray flip, just like that. And I'm like, I'm fucking losing my mind here. And part of me thinks that my parents made me get that job to be like, you don't want to come back to this.
Just scare you out of the type of deal.
Yeah, so go to college. Didn't work, mom and dad. Dropped out of
No,
college.
I'm just kidding.
Not back in a factory, into corporate, you know. But yeah, it's
Corporate
it's wild. Like
And they start posting your numbers. Like for my job, like if you're running a machine, they start posting your numbers. Like, hey, this guy is X% above what he's supposed to be doing.
So you're
this
telling
guy's
me
X% below what he's
there's-
doing.
They literally
They'll put it on a
hire
whole chart.
They hire a motherfucker that's like, hey, this person's underperforming.
Yeah.
Hey, this person's
Like,
2% off.
hey, you're within your trial period. It's not much to worry about, but you better believe as soon as we hit this 4th month, you better have 90 whatever parts a day or this many parts a day.
That is nuts, man.
Dude, that's how my job now is too. Like the statistics. Dude, there's people at corporate that just fucking jack off to Excel sheets, dude. It is insane to me. So my
Google Doc.
my Sony rep comes in the other day, right? And one of my numbers, my categories was really low. And he goes, "Did you know that the people at my corp, because he doesn't work for Best Buy, he's a Sony employee that visits Best Buys to make sure I'm doing my job correctly." And he was telling me that each one of the TVs, they'll have like a certain demo and they'll have a button, and that button reports to a server behind the wall or whatever. He goes, "Did you know that if your audio attach or whatever attach is so low, they can actually track the amount of times that you hit that button? So if I'm trying to sell a soundbar, or I'm selling a TV, I'm supposed to sell a soundbar with it. If my audio attach is so low, they can actually go in and look and see, am I pressing that audio button that'll demo a soundbar for a customer? They can see, oh, he sold 18 TVs with only 2 soundbars. Is it because he's just not selling soundbars, or is he not demoing soundbars? So they can actually track the amount of times I hit a button to demo a soundbar.
Well, doesn't that just like literally just piss you off so much? So you're like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't want-
It's like
Absolutely
because
does.
it's Big Brother shit. It's just like 1984 shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
shit that they
literally.
shouldn't know, and it's shit that would have never hit the bottom line 20 years ago. But it's shit that they're sitting there on their keyboards now
I
worried
know,
about.
but like, doesn't that would piss me off so much? Where it's like, fuck you. I'm not gonna try anymore.
It's the
Like,
same
fuck
guys.
you,
It's the same
bitch.
guys though that are sitting in an office and being like, "The white version sells 3% better. We need to push more of those models." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's fine.
Like my Excel sheet for my Sony numbers updates every day. And you got to think it's 9 columns by 1,000 stores. And there's a guy updating these, and it'll tell me in the program, the guy who updates them, it'll say like, updated 2 hours ago by whatever. And so he's the same guy. And I'm like, this guy fucking sucks.
Fuck. This
I mean,
guy.
his life's got to suck bad. If this is what he's doing, unless he really enjoys it, like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, but doesn't that would make me want to quit?
It's like with businesses like that, dude. It's
Definitely.
it's all statistics, bro. It's so many numbers, and like my managers will show me they'll print me out a page and say, "This is how we're doing."
Well,
and
then
it's-
they'll look at like your credit card attachment rate, like on
Right.
checkouts and shit, and then
Yeah.
you're liable for that, and like then your accessories, you know, your shit like
accessory
that.
dollars. So like,
Yeah,
what we mostly get tracked on is TV units, TV percent units, and then like protection plans, how much we're attaching a card to a sale, how much people are using a card on their sale.
So is that why so many people are pressing? Hey, if you check out today, you can get 20% off.
Oh, yeah,
if you
absolutely.
sign up for our
For
credit
sure.
card.
Well, it's also a credit card, so I mean, you're just in.
Do you know why
Right.
that? Do you know
dude,
why that is?
Financing such a big business for people. Like, obviously, you want to finance the people that are going to owe you money in the future.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then, hey, you
sure.
go after them in the courts and you get the money.
Yeah.
Do you know why that is?
Easy.
It's two things. Why companies push credit cards like that? It's two things. One, it brings people back. If you apply for a credit card, you're going to go back to that store because you're like, I have a credit
I
card
have
for
credit
that
card.
store.
I have to. Yeah.
Right. The other thing is these companies like Best Buy, Walmart, places like that, they'll partner with a bank, and that bank will partner
Cut
with
'em.
them to
Right.
get
Cut
a
them
credit
percentage.
Yeah.
So what happens when you don't use a credit card? So I went to this vegan place the other day, and they had a poster saying if you pay in cash, we'll take 7% off your bill.
Damn.
It's because those companies, every time you swipe a credit card, they're paying a transaction fee to Visa.
Yeah.
So
okay.
if you come into Best Buy and let's say you buy a $2,000 TV, we're losing $5 because we have to pay a transaction fee to Visa
Yeah.
or MasterCard or whatever. American Express is super expensive. Their transaction fees are insane.
That's why some people don't take them.
Yeah, so like I heard a stat one time from a manager, who knows if it's true, but in like 2019 or something like that, Best Buy paid $200 million in transaction fees alone. So if you use your Best Buy credit card, it is 0 transaction fee. So it's all about profitability.
Right.
So
right.
you're
Makes sense.
pushing profitability by pushing a credit card.
But if you got to think about it, those transaction fees are based off of a transaction, which is most likely
Per percent, probably.
right.
Probably market
Per
at like
percentage.
1% or 3%.
Right.
Right,
or
right.
whatever.
So that means that if they paid $200 million in transaction fees, and that those transaction fees are, let's say, 2%, that means that $200 million, multiply that by
For sure. But you
a
have to
dick
think
ton
that's
more, and
still-
that's how much money they made.
That's not your top end though. You're paying for the goods. You're paying to
I mean,
employ
yes,
people.
I
You're paying for the
understand that.
space.
Yes.
Best Buy is one of those businesses. They're probably making a decent amount, but dude, you're not making shit off an Apple product. Not much. Like Apple's definitely not giving you that great of a deal on their shit. You're paying top dollar.
Yeah.
Like it's high quality shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if you wholesale Apple stuff, like just imagine like what's an iPad these days? $250?
No, $329.
$329. So an iPad's $329. Let's say you buy 100 of them, we'll mark it down to $299.
Yeah.
It's still not a crazy deal for
No,
anybody.
no.
You know what I mean? Or if
You're
you buy
right.
10,000 of them, they're $299 or whatever. So it's like
Yeah.
they're not saving that much off the top end either way. They're getting fucked by the manufacturers. That's why they're trying to make money through credit cards, through accessories, through
Right.
proprietary
Through all that
shit,
stuff.
because all that shit is going
It's
back
essentially
through them.
it's essentially like
an ecosystem.
It's essentially like the movie theaters. Like, hey, we're not making dick off of ticket sales, but we are
Exactly.
making a dick ton off of the popcorn.
And it's the same thing with Foot
why the
Locker and
popcorn
Finish
is-
Line. Like you said, it's the same thing why they push accessories, why they push like the
Yes.
shoe cleaner, why they pitch shoelaces, why they pitch this.
That's
and
where the
whatever else.
profit's at. That's where the
Insoles.
markup
Isn't
is
that
at.
just crazy? How those crazy big corporations can just fucking do that.
Well, it comes to the point where you like, yeah, it's the corporations, but like you have so much power, like Nike, where if you're Nike, you're just like, I'm not gonna wholesale my shoe to you. Fuck
Yeah.
you. Pay
Right.
$99 a shoe,
Bitch,
or
yeah.
else I'm gonna sell it, or else I'm gonna sell it. You know, like what do you call it?
MSRP.
Like not peer to peer, but like
Oh.
straight from manufacturing.
Ah,
You can
okay,
sell
yeah.
it straight from manufacturing for what you were gonna sell it for. So like, if you're Nike, fuck the middleman.
For
Why would
sure.
I sell the Finish Line? I can sell from my website.
That's why companies like Apple and Nike. So you got to think of it this way. Let's say Nike's making a shoe that they are suggesting retail at $150, right? Nike is putting no more per shoe than $15 into that shoe. It costs them $15 to make that shoe. They're selling that shoe to Finish Line for $60. Finish Line is getting a suggested retail at $150.
Yeah.
So they're selling that shoe for $150.
Right.
So let's say that shoe goes on sale. They're never going to sell it at what they bought it for because they're not being profitable.
Yeah.
They're going to sell it at $90 so they can still make money. But Nike, again, only putting $15 into that shoe to make it, they're selling it at $150. So
Yeah.
they're making the most profit they can. Why do you think Apple never puts their shit on sale?
Yeah.
They don't need to
No.
because they're going to
People
sell
buy it
it
anyways.
They're going to sell it at what they want.
It's like fucking gas.
Yeah,
People are gonna fucking buy it.
yeah, they're going to sell it at what they want. It's all a fucking mindset. Like
Fugazi, yeah.
Like, it goes back to what Blake said. Like, even if I sell it, let's say I look at a TV for a customer and like, what can you do for me? I'm gonna go to my manager. Let's say the TV retail is at $15.99. Let's say the average cost on it, like what Best Buy pays Samsung for it. Let's say it's $10.99. I'm never gonna sell that TV for $10.99.
No, never.
because I've got to make a profit on it because we have the rent, we're paying employees, we're paying insurance, we're paying benefit. We have to factor all that in. So if cost is $10.99, retail is $16.99. I'm selling that thing to you for $14.99 all day, baby.
Yeah.
No way, no hey.
Yeah.
I'm selling that thing at $14.99.
Yeah. And then they're gonna say, "Can you do better than $14.99?" You go, "Can't."
Can't.
Yeah. You say,
And sometimes
can't.
people
If I did, I would have bought it myself.
some people like, hey, can I get a deal on a TV? No, sure you can't, because I don't feel like giving you a deal. So no.
I heard
Yeah,
Walmart price matches. That's what I would say out of
Yeah.
spite.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like the whole retail business is fucking wild because there's so much that goes into it and all the statistics. Like, I'll get handed an Excel sheet and I don't give a shit about anything but on that sheet, but what my numbers are.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm doing 1.6 mil for the year, my dick is rock hard. But
Yeah,
if the
concrete,
company's doing 5.2 mil, I don't care, dude.
Yeah.
Why would I care?
No.
I'm doing 1.6, baby. Come on.
Baby.
Yeah, I don't know. The statistics of it go so deep. And there's some fucking neck-bearded fucking nerd at corporate with an Excel sheet just firing away, dude.
If it makes you feel better, he probably just has commands he pulls from a master sheet.
Well, if it makes you feel better, he's got a fat wife, too.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. Also, can I point out, I don't want to mention this while he was ranting. That was the quickest pee of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I just had to get it out.
Yeah.
10 seconds tops.
I had the pee shivers, and then I was like, I gotta go.
Oh, you're wearing shorts.
was
I was going to
10
say if you were in
seconds
jeans.
Yeah.
You just
Holy
unzip it.
shit. It was like, hey,
I hit the.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're talking about something. Wow, Blake's back. What the fuck?
I popped a balloon.
Oh. That pop
Yeah.
balloon where it just like, it looks like it's not moving. With like,
Can we switch it up for a second? I want to talk about something I just saw from a gentleman on Instagram. I don't want to say names in particular. Transition lenses. What do you guys think about those?
Yeah. They're not it.
No.
it's an old person's game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you like not seeing inside after you come in from the outside?
Yeah.
What are you stupid?
Yeah.
I feel like it was somebody named Donald loves those.
For sure.
Donald.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the clip-ons be just as useful?
Yeah.
What about the name Jan? She loves transitions, dude.
Ooh, Jan.
Yeah. The clip-ons are worse, though, right? I mean, you
I
look
don't
fucking
know,
stupid.
man.
Yeah, but at least you can take them off whenever you want.
I mean, come on.
It's
what about
both.
what
They're
about the
both stupid.
flip-ups?
They're both stupid.
The flip-ups are way cooler.
Can you imagine the person that created transition lens? Hey, people are gonna love this. Old people are gonna love.
Yeah, but people loved it when it first came out, dude.
Don't have to.
But dude, the
take
thing
it
is about
off.
transition lenses is your glasses don't look like sunglasses, and you look dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Because you got these little skinny pencil fucking glasses running sunglasses now. Could you imagine? What if you're in Iceland during that time? What if you're in Iceland during summer of the sun, and then the sun doesn't go down? You're just
White
transition city. You're just in transitions the whole summer.
White as shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But what if you got what if you got like those plastic frame Ray-Bans on?
Yeah,
When they go transition, you kind of look cool.
sure.
But then you transition all the time if you're in Iceland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I just don't understand it. It's like, dude, if just get prescription sunglasses because the transition probably costs that much just to
You
buy.
don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure transitions are crazy expensive.
And also, if
They
you
are.
have a transition lenses, transition your body into the grave because you can die. Because no one cares about your lenses.
Dude.
Because they look stupid as fuck, dude.
Dude, you know what our
Transition
you know what
your
are
body
stupid,
into the ground because you can die.
You know what are fucking stupid expensive to get in your glasses? No line bifocals.
I don't get it.
So
I don't wear glasses, so I don't know.
Like, these are bifocals that'll just fade from normal to I can't see. Whereas, like, you know, old bifocals, they have the line, and then old people are always like,
oh yeah, right above it.
these will just
Yeah.
blend.
yeah. So like when you see an old person go like that to look down, no lines, you don't really have to do that because you can just kind of tilt your eye down but you can't see that there's bifocals. Like my dad has no lines, and I didn't know it for the longest time that he had no lines. And I'm like, Dad, what are you doing this for? He's like, I got bifocals. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I got the no line ones. He was telling me how much more they are expensive because they're an add-on to your glasses, right? They're so expensive for no reason. So fucking expensive.
So hold on, the lines ones you can just look down, but the no lines ones you have to.
Well,
look.
it's kind of not like that. You just really can't see that somebody has bifocals. That's the whole point of them. You still have to kind of look up a little bit if you're reading the paper.
Really?
But like no lines, you literally can't tell that somebody's wearing bifocals because there's no separation.
What the fuck, dude?
It's kind of wild. That's a glasses technology that needs to be. You know what I mean?
added.
Yeah.
You could be rich if you added that shit.
I mean, transition lenses, fuck that guy. But the no line guy,
I'm just thinking about how our boy Boone went to go get LASIK and they told him he had bitch ass corneas.
yeah, that's fucking wild.
that's fucking wild.
They told him his corneas were too thin, so they couldn't do LASIK on him. And I didn't even know that was a thing.
Right.
If you
So
have
he can't
if you
get
have a
it.
weak corneal wall, I guess, then they won't do LASIK on you just for like the safety factor.
So he's just fucked for life.
He just has to wear glasses. Glasses,
Which he
or
doesn't do
contacts.
Which he
anyways.
doesn't do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what?
He can't see shit.
No.
That night we were playing Monopoly. He was like wanting to purchase a property across the board, and he handed me $200. I'm like, huh?
He's trying.
And I was like, what do you think that says, Boone? He's like, $200. I'm like, that's 8, bud, or whatever it was. I'm like, he wasn't even close. I'm like, you can't see, dude. But I keep making fun of him because he'll like touch
Bitch ass
me.
corneas.
He'll just do like touch me and shit, and I'll be like, take you and your fucking weak ass corneas somewhere else, Boone.
Isn't it? Did they give him like a fixture?
No,
Hey,
he went to the eye doctor and they go,
Can't do it.
bitchy corneas. And he was like, okay, see ya.
But like, isn't that crazy? How like they don't care. They don't care about.
Well, my
they
thought
don't
was,
care
it's
about
like, dude,
him.
my grandma probably has some cataracts or something crazy going on, and she just got LASIK like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Which doesn't make sense to me to get LASIK when you're 60, but feel free.
my grandparents did it too.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I
it's
don't
like getting
know.
a boob job when you're a day before you die. It's like you couldn't see the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they retire and they're like, I have money now. I
Yeah,
can get LASIK, or maybe they're just tired of wearing fucking glasses.
yeah.
I'm afraid I'm gonna get to that point. I'm in the process of getting new glasses, and I'm afraid to get my eye exam because every time I do, my eyes get fucking worse.
He's the type of guy to not go to a doctor because he's scared of what he would find out.
Yeah, no, I'm
Just
the type
go.
of I'm the type
Jesus
of guy when I'm
Christ.
60, I'm gonna be complaining about the price of no line fucking bifocals. I'm that guy. But no, I'm gonna get to that point. Like I'm fucking blind, dude, and it keeps getting worse every time I go.
Cool,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
That's
not
just
fun.
Not right, man.
They make triple bifocals, dude. You know that?
Jesus Christ.
You know when Tiger Woods was in his prime, they gave him LASIK that was better than the actual human eyesight.
Huh?
Apparently, the LASIK that he got, it gave him better than 20/20 vision.
Yeah, but you can have better than 20/20 vision
But I'm saying it just
as a normal human.
I'm saying it restored his vision to the point where he had better than 20/20,
Holy
and then
shit.
now he's fucking still putting and just winning Masters. But this was like the height of Tiger, where he just goes and gets LASIK.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, and he's got the eagle eye.
How do you get better than 20? Isn't 20/20 top, or is that
No.
top
No.
for the human eye?
That is just like
So
that's
think of
like a
it-
guideline. Like imagine
He's
that's like a
exactly
B
right.
average, right? Like 20/20 is like a B average, is
Yeah.
what I would say. You know,
I thought 20/20
much.
was perfect vision.
No.
it's technically okay. So it's like it's better than adequate vision, is what I would say. Like it's hard.
Good, it's
Yeah.
good vision.
It's hard to gauge, but yeah,
but
it's,
you can have great vision or excellent vision.
20/20 is what they're saying. Like this is a scale of this is what the average
Yes.
human eyesight is.
Correct.
That's what they're
So
saying.
you can see an image from 20 feet away, what an average person would see 20 feet away. If you have 20/30, then you have to be 20 feet to where a person can see it from 30 feet away.
yeah.
So like this person can see that image. So this person can see that cue right there from 30 feet away. But you got to be 20 feet away from it. So your eyesight sucks a little bit more.
Let me step up 10 feet, Roger.
Exactly.
Let me look at this.
Yeah.
But somebody can have a 20/10 or somebody can have 10.
When they're saying your
you know what I
eyesight,
mean?
they're pretty much just kind of giving you a handicap score for your eyes.
What
Exactly
is
right.
what is the 20 and the 20? Because I always thought it was left eye, right eye. Isn't that what it is?
No, because they will
I don't
gauge your
think
eyes
so.
differently because one of
do.
your eyes can be different. But from what I've understood, it's just you can see something at 20 feet what is normally seen at 20 feet. That's how I've always interpreted it, but I don't
think
know.
so. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, yeah.
'Cause, like,
if-
they
if
say, like-
if they say 20/10, like that's like holy shit. You can see at 20 feet what a person that is average would need to be 10 feet away
Ah.
to see.
So it's not
So
like
that cue that you're looking at, you can see it from 20 feet.
And then you get to like 2040 and you're like, that's not good. And then you get
Yeah.
to like 2080 and you're like, that's really not good.
yeah, exactly.
so it's not like the
It's
old rule
not-
of like alleged
it's-
hot girl where it's like she's hot from 20 feet away going 20 miles an hour.
No, close.
Close.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a 2020 girl.
Yeah.
She looked
Yeah.
good, but then I walked up and
Then I
And she
smelled
turned
her.
around. It was a dude. Just kidding.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Elliot Page, how's it going?
Aw, Ellen. No, Elliot. You're right.
He did it again.
Fucked up.
Throw him in jail.
Her name.
Oh my God! Let's quit the podcast and throw him in jail. That's crazy talk, dude.
His name was Ellen. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
He just had to do it.
Jesus, dude. That just pissed me off.
I'm not the one dead naming. You can get banned on Twitter for that, you know?
Jesus.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
If you type
Are you
out
serious?
if you type out a tweet right now and you at a Caitlyn Jenner per se, and you're like, "Hey Bruce, what's up?" You might get banned from Twitter. It's grounds
Forever?
for being banned.
Forever?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's grounds for being
Forever.
banned. Yeah,
No, not if it's your first accusation.
no, it's grounds for being banned from Twitter. It's in the terms and guidelines. To dead name somebody is in the terms and guidelines for a condition to be banned.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so much for free speech, huh? No, I'm just kidding. But it's like, dude,
But
when they're
it is
private,
their
they're a
ad,
private
I
entity.
get it.
Yeah, they're a private entity. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
like whatever.
Dude.
But can I bring something up before we
Yeah,
go into this?
yeah.
I love how it's all about small government, all about business, this and that. Let the government do, or let the business, government does not dictate what we do. The people do. Our business
Yeah.
does. And then as soon as Twitter kicks old DJ off of fucking Twitter, everyone's like, the business, a private business did this?
How could
they? We just campaigned for this for 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. I was gonna say the podcast of Tim Dillon I just watched, he's talking about the vaccine, right? And he's talking about how he was gonna get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And he's like, yeah, somebody told me there's a 66% chance that it doesn't work or something like that.
Does
you can
work.
still get COVID or whatever. Or the 66% chance it does work. And he's like, so I was going to go for that one because really you want to have a little bit of risk. I mean, really, it's like kind of a sexy risk. Like you really want to have it. And then he was talking about the women that can get blood clots and fall over. And he's like, these fucking bitches are in a Starbucks with the Johnson & Johnson and just falling dead with blood clots. And then like 20 minutes later, he's like going to talk about the police and like what's going on. He's like, so this episode's not getting monetized, right? And Ben's like, we talked about the vaccine and talking shit about it 3 minutes into the podcast, so this one's definitely not getting monetized. And he's like, okay, good. And he just starts
Goes
going
in.
in, dude. I'm like, fuck. You see, he has merch out.
Are they like cool with the Johnson & Johnson again?
Allegedly, yeah.
Are they cool with it? They put it back on? Because I know like they paused it for a
They
second.
paused it, but then the CDC was like, "That's fine."
Yeah.
They didn't. They said they couldn't find conclusive evidence that this Johnson & Johnson vaccine was what caused the blood clots. It could have been predetermined. Blah 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 blah. Essentially, what
Yeah.
they said.
That might be what I get, to be honest.
I mean, the Johnson & Johnson, it's weird because it makes sense as a traditional vaccine because that actually is like it is a virus. Like the Johnson & Johnson,
I don't know.
the Johnson
truly.
& Johnson is not mRNA. It's actually a weakened version
So
of
I was
the
gonna
virus.
say the Johnson & Johnson is the attenuated.
That's why it's a
virus.
one shot. Yeah, whatever you call that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's literally that's what it is.
Yeah, so they
attenuated.
literally, so that's literally what the Johnson & Johnson is versus the other two, which are mRNA, which is supposed to like, do something to you for a reaction or whatever. That's what I understand. But like the Johnson & Johnson, from what I understand, it wasn't a complete fail, but it was like a 60-some% chance of keeping you out of the hospital.
That was like
if you were to-
66.
yeah, like if you were to contract COVID, it was this percent to keep you out of
Yeah.
the hospital versus the other two, which were like 87, like 90 something.
Yeah.
Like people are saying, if you get the Pfizer, you can just go chill indoors, bro. Like you shouldn't even care.
Yeah.
Like the CDC just came out today, and they're like, dude, if you got double vaxxed, you practically shouldn't care inside.
I might get I'm probably just gonna end up getting the Johnson & Johnson, to be honest with you,
I mean, either way, I don't even care. I don't even want it, but I might.
because I just don't
You should
want to.
100% sign up at the Miro Center and just get the Pfizer vaccine and just fucking do it, baby.
No, I just don't want to go twice. I'm so fucking lazy. I don't want to go twice.
Dude,
And plus, I've been talking to my coworkers about it. I am terrified of needles. You know how I am. I don't like needles. I don't really fuck with it. Will you hold my hand then? Yes. Sarah said she would hold my hand, so I need you in the left hand.
you want to
and the
know
right
what
hand.
they do? They say, they'll pinch you and they go beep, and they slap a band-aid on there and that's it. That's literally how long it takes. I
Next.
shit you not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
You don't,
just
even,
so
you
lazy.
don't even see the needle. They literally hide it from you because they know people don't like needles. So they go,
That's why they wait to rip that cap off.
Yeah.
But I've also heard like other things too.
I've been,
so
I've been
we're-
jabbed with a needle so fast that she was like, "Hey, we're gonna think about, we're gonna give you a shot. I haven't had a tetanus, that."
Ouch.
It was that fast.
Well, dude,
I swear to God, she went.
Well, dude, literally, it hurts worse if you go ready and now, because you feel it going in.
Right.
But if they literally teach you like a dart, what they say, literally, so you pinch it and then you go fa, and you just put it in.
You know why? The only reason I know about the pinch.
Yeah.
When I went to Columbia City, there was a girl with
Oh,
diabetes.
no.
There was a girl with diabetes in my class, and she didn't have an insulin pump. She would actually give herself shots.
Yeah, that sucks.
And she asked for assistance. So you better believe I'm there. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it up.
No.
Let's do it up. And she's like, yeah, what's up? And then so I do the pinch, and then I'd be like, let me do it already. Let me do it. And fucking jab it. Oh yeah, I got to jab it in there though. It was fun.
It is fun.
The
No, it
pinching
really
is what
fun.
the pinching is what makes me feel more uncomfortable because there's just a needle going between your fingers, and you're like, I want to get out of here. I want to get off of that.
Yeah, but if you think about it, that's just giving you more space so you don't fucking dent their
I know,
bone.
but I just don't want it. Is what I'm saying.
Isn't
Jab
that
your own
crazy?
arm. I don't want to be a part of it. I want to either jab your arm or get my arm jabbed. I don't want any part of the in
But
between.
normal people are not going to jab their own arm. They're going to be and then it's just not going to work. So that's why they're like, hey, just give me a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I think
Sarah just
heroin
went-
users would argue otherwise.
Sarah just went back to the fucking allergist, and they're like, "Do you want an
Uh-oh.
EpiPen?" And she's like, "No." And she came home. And she's like, "Yeah, I didn't opt in for the EpiPen." And I was like, "Why not?" And she's like, "I haven't had any problems yet. I'm fine." And I'm like, "Yeah, if you have an issue, I can't do it. I'm sorry."
Dude, the EpiPen needle's like this fucking big. It's fine.
Yeah, but I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do it to another. There's no way I could do that.
By the way, if you have to do an EpiPen to someone, are you just throwing that bitch subcutaneously?
Thigh, I thought was the best.
That's
place
what I'm
to
saying.
do
But is it just subcutaneous? Like, are they just throwing it in the muscle tissue? Like, you're not
Yeah.
finding a vein. You're just, this is an emergency. You're jabbing and going. You're just putting it into the muscle tissue.
That's what I think. That's what they've always said.
I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, is that?
But the thing is, with epinephrine, that bitch is strong, son.
Yeah.
That bitch will get you.
Yeah. But I'm saying it's unbelievable to me that she's like, yeah, stab somewhere on your leg. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
But like, I think the absorption is a lot quicker than you think it is.
Yeah.
So like, it's just like it's not like you took a pill, and it's gotta sit in your gut and then digest, and then you're like, that'll absorb. I think like it goes to the muscles and then like it absorbs in, and then like it hits your bloodstream quicker. I think, at least.
Is there a certain arm you recommend me do then when I go get this this tracker in my arm?
People no for one, but people say usually you're less dominant because it'll be sore for a day.
Okay.
But also don't fucking rub it, and then just move it around a little bit. Just make sure every once in a while you're like, that hurts. Just do.
Brock's been pretty quiet over there.
Brock's been very quiet. I haven't heard a peep at a Brock for an hour.
What else?
Oh, God.
he doesn't even want to talk about the
Jesus
vaccine.
Christ.
What are they going to tell you when we've already went over it? It's fine.
Yeah.
You're going to have it to fly anyways. They're going to inject you right in the airport.
We're fine.
He's good. Put him on.
You might not have to wear like a mask in the airplane, but if you,
If you're
They'll probably
vaxxed.
make you.
they'll probably make
They'll
you.
probably make you.
But like,
But
it's potential. Since the CDC came out with this bullshit, but also it's a private entity.
You know what doesn't make
entity, the
you know
whole
what
flight
you know what
thing,
doesn't make any sense to me? CDC released those new guidelines, right?
Yeah.
Hey, if you've been vaccinated, do this and this. You're probably fine inside, not wearing
But
a
they
mask.
also said some places, they didn't say all indoor spots. They said you vaccinated people don't have to wear masks in some indoor places. They made sure to include that some.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, oh, you don't have to wear it indoors.
Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense to say some. You're either around people or you're not. You know what I mean? Like it's either a danger or it's not.
I didn't even read the article. I just saw on
My
Twitter.
point is it's saying that it doesn't trump state guidelines. Which how does this federal agency not trump a state guideline when literally in the Constitution, federal law trumps state guideline? So that's my whole point. Is like, how are states still dictating this when the government's like, yeah, who cares? Not who cares, but you know what I mean. They're definitely more.
Vaccinated
They're more
things, yeah.
lax on it now. Like they keep giving you real time updates versus these states that are like, I don't know, you should probably wear a mask still. Like they have no fucking clue.
Did you see the Ohio
Oh, God.
governor, bro?
No, what?
Or the Ohio whoever? So apparently Ohio has a 42% vax rate.
Okay.
and they had like $5 million left over from the vaccination fund or whatever. They had $5 million left over. He was offering every week that you'd be putting to a drawing for $1 million every week, but you have to get vaccinated or you have to be vaccinated to be put in this drawing. So each week they were giving away $1 million to people who were vaccinated.
Damn.
That's fucking wild.
That's fucking crazy.
That's what it's come to.
So like he's
That's
saying
crazy.
if you get vaccinated or if you have been vaccinated, you are eligible to win $1 million.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. That's
Yeah.
fucked up, bro. I like it.
That's
though.
wild.
That shit's crazy.
I mean, I
man.
like it. I'm like, that's fucking edgy for him. And apparently, apparently he had
Edgy
some
as fuck.
issues where he did some sketchy fucking shit to get reelected. And so people were already like, we don't really fucking like this guy. But
Is it
you know,
Divine or Devine or what's his name?
I don't know who. I don't
Gavin?
remember who it
don't
was.
know.
It was governor. I don't know. But that's what he decided. Somebody at work told me that. I'm like, that's fucking insane.
Ballsy, and I dig it. I
Yeah.
dig it. Shows a lot of people like that's fucked up.
And they made the mistake of being like, if you are vaccinated in Ohio, then you're put into this drawing. So they made that mistake, right? And then they had to come out like a week later and be like, you also have to be a resident of Ohio. Which is fucking wild.
Okay, this has nothing to do with that. I'm sorry to bring this up. I watched this documentary. It's called Tread.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
Holy shit, dude!
You guys have to see this shit.
It's
Okay,
fucking
so
crazy.
this guy,
bro.
he's kind of like okay. So this guy's kind of an outsider. He moves to Granby, Colorado, some smallish town a little bit outside of Denver. You know, a little podunk town. Everyone knows each other. That type of shit. You know what I mean? Mountain town. And this guy comes into town. He buys like a muffler shop for like 40 grand. Starts his muffler shop, and then the city passes like this ordinance that he has to be hooked up to the new sewer system, but it goes across someone else's property, so he has to pay X amount of dollars. And he's like a super anti-government, like small government, like that type of guy. And he's like, fuck you guys, I'm not doing that. So he started just still doing work out of it. No sewage, no trash, anything. He said, fuck you. And then they started suing him or like giving him fines, like, hey, you're fined $2,500 because you're not hooked up to the sewer system, and doing all kinds of crazy shit. And this guy was just known around the town as like kind of a handyman car guy. Like, hey, he could fix your car, but he might be able to, like, literally just a jack of all trades type of guy. And apparently he was like a super good welder. And so
that is key there.
Super good welder, and he's just like, he has a passion for welding, like fabricating cars and shit like that. But like through all this shit,
Handyman.
through all this shit though, he's going back and forth with the town council, and the town council's like any small town. It's the guy who owns the hardware store. It's the mayor who lives 2 blocks away, and it's fucking, you know, this lady, you know? So he knows all of them, and he's fucking seething for hate for all of them. Like, he fucking hates every single one of them. And,
Seething is a great word.
and dude, he's just like going through this, and like they have tapes of it, which I didn't find out till after. Like, I looked in more to it. Like, there's only 2.5 hours of tapes, and this guy was
That's it.
taping himself as he was doing this. So this guy's idea is, he definitely has like a self-righteous thing going on where something's not right with him. Like, he was saying that God told him to do all this, so he buys a bulldozer. And it's like a fucking giant bulldozer.
Giant.
And so he buys this bulldozer, and it was like just super weird. And he put it outside his shop one day for sale. And, you know, like, people were like, what the fuck, you know, like, it's just a giant bulldozer. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I tried to sell it. He's like, but obviously God, he had a mission. He's like, he didn't want me to sell it because no one came and bought it. And so he just keeps going through all this. And so he sells his business. He ends up making like times 10. Like, he sells his like shop to a company next door for like 400 grand. So he makes out 10 times his money. Like, he should be the happiest guy on earth, fucking move out of town. Big snowmobile guy, so he would always go snowmobiling and shit. And so he starts to like, I don't know if he's leasing this building now since he's moved out of it, but he's still using the actual building, but he sold the property. So I think he might be leasing it or renting it in some way, but the bulldozer's still in that building. And he's doing fabrication on this bulldozer to like
welding,
like to literally make it bulletproof and to like do all this shit. And he makes his own hoist to hoist up these giant fucking steel panels so he can weld them together and like make a fucking armor for this bulldozer. And so he tells, there's this story, and he's on like his recordings, like his 2.5 hours of recordings after they found that he died or whatever. But he found his like 2.5 hours of recordings, and he talks about someone went in there to inspect the building because like they were selling it or about to rent it to somebody, and there's just a tarp over a giant bulldozer. And they're like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, that's just something some scientist has been working on and doing something."
That's my summer project.
Yeah, and they're just like, "Yeah, okay." Walk out, and he's like, "Obviously, it was a mission from God because they didn't stop me." Like he's still like rationalizing it through his head.
You get how he's
still like rationalizing it through his head, right? So one day, just one special day, I didn't know this until after the documentary. He creates this giant fortress, so it's literally bulletproof. He has like a fucking 50 cal rolling out of the front, like his own gun inside. He attaches monitors to the inside of the bulldozer so he can see on the outside. So there's cameras, but it's fully enclosed with steel.
I don't think you realize how big this bitch is,
Dude.
by the way. This is a fucking bulldozer.
Okay, so when he this is how big it is. When he starts the rampage, he literally just blows through the wall of his building.
It's fucking
Goes through the
insane.
fucking wall, dude. That's how he starts. So he's driving through town, and he has like a total mission. Like he knows who he's gonna like,
Fuck up.
whatever he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And so he starts literally like at one point he goes towards the mayor's house. And they know where he's going. He's like, "Oh, he's going straight for the mayor." And the cops are like, "Oh yeah, we got a 1-2-1-2 the mayor." And like, you know what I mean? And like, they're literally
They're shooting at him.
and they're fucking shooting him with handguns. And obviously nothing's happening. Fully enclosed with like 2-inch steel. And there's this one country ass bumpkin in town who this guy had a feud with, and he had this giant like fucking payloader pretty much, and he tries to get under his bulldozer. And pretty much no fucking chance. Like, this thing is so big, he could not move it. But he ends up getting underneath it, and some shit happens. But this dude goes on, like, an hour-long rampage through this town. One of the dudes on the town council owned a hardware store. He goes straight up to the fucking hardware store, and he's like, "Remember when this had a fucking face on the building?" Rolls through the whole fucking building, dude.
Destroys it.
Fucking destroyed. And then he
Holy
goes up
shit.
to, like, the town hall. Destroyed. Literally, he's just fucking making a path in his way, and like people are trying to stop him, like people getting bulldozers, like trying to flip him over and do crazy shit, and they cannot do it. And so they're pretty much just going until he can't anymore. And like when he's at the hardware store and he goes and blows out the whole front of the building, imagine the side wall, no front wall anymore. So the front wall is gone. He rolls down the side wall. Like, imagine if you were just driving into it. Like, the wall standing here, you're just going this way. Yeah. He's taking down the whole side of the building. He's going. His fucking track slips off into the basement. And that's the only reason he got even stuck.
Oh, my God.
They didn't know there was a basement underneath the building. His track slips off. So they fucking put explosives all over this motherfucker. All over. And they fucking blast it. And they're like, if he's not dead, he's dead now. And they roll up on it. And finally, once they get the shell off, because there was no way of getting out for him. That was the thing that nobody knew, is when he put that hoist down, the metal on top of this bulldozer, it was over. He couldn't get out. So it was either you're going to jail or you're killing yourself. And they did the explosives, and they allegedly heard a gunshot. And when they finally go through all this, like, they found him, and he killed himself within the bulldozer. But it's this crazy story of just this guy literally just against government, but like he obviously has the wrong reasons for rationalizing this stuff. But some of his points are like, you might have a fair point there. Right. Like, he's kind of an anti-government hero now in, like, some circles. Like, you know what I mean? Like, libertarian type guy in this. But it's like, dude, you cannot justify the dude's actions because he was definitely crazy.
It was just a cantankerous old dude that had a lot of knowledge in a certain thing. And he used that bitch, dude. He used that knowledge. And he's like,
wild.
fuck this government. Fuck this
town. The craziest
town.
part of it, before he died, he obviously got all that money from selling his property. He did something with it, like he put it in a trust or he somehow willed it to his family. So when they caught him, they couldn't seize any of his assets.
Yeah.
Because all of his assets were already sent out to his family. He already willed them to his family before he died. He sent out all the
just,
money.
like, took care of everything.
He pretty much fucking signed his name off, gave all his money away, and said, "Let's do it."
So, this was his last
Yeah.
ride.
Nobody died. He caused like $10 million worth of damage rolling through this town. And it's like, dude, at some point you have to be like, dude, that's the ballsiest thing I've ever seen someone do. But when you watch it, like, he definitely is not justified in doing it. But, like, I don't know.
It's obviously a crazy person move to make a fucking ginormous bulletproof
The Killdozer
bulldozer
is what they call it.
Yeah.
It didn't even kill anybody, but, like, it's still just an insane story. Just, like, anti-government guy. Tread.
Christ.
On Netflix?
Yeah.
It's awesome, dude.
Tread.
Tread.
It's crazy, though, dude. When I was watching, I was like, there's no
That's insane.
Dude, it was literally, like, 15 years ago. So there's, like, There's
Like a
video of
real-life
everything.
thing.
There's
Like,
video of everything. You know what I mean? Like it's something where you're like, how did I not hear about this?
It's true.
You know what I mean?
I've
It's just
never
one of
heard that
those.
story
It's
before.
just
It's
crazy.
too
man.
young. Yeah.
Yeah.
I witnessed a car crash the other day.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Pretty bad one.
I mean, I've witnessed a couple.
This was like the first one that I was like, holy shit. Like it was kind of scary driving away from me, being like, I'm on the road.
Death.
I don't think it was death, but it was pretty traumatizing. It's not as exciting as Blake's car crash story
Blake's
because that
is
one's
awesome.
fucking wild. But I'm basically we're driving down Coliseum. We're going to get Portillo's. So we're driving north-ish on Coliseum.
Hey, I need me 2 Chicago dogs.
Give me
Yeah.
an Italian beef with loaded peppers and
Yeah, Italian beef, peppers, dip, please.
Yeah.
peppers and
And so we're driving to Portillo's. I'm at the corner of Coliseum and Clinton.
yeah.
I'm on Coliseum, right? So I'm in the far left lane. There's a turn lane next to me. There's a middle lane and a lane beside that. The middle lane is empty. There's a car in my turn lane. I'm the car. Empty middle lane. Car next to him. And then light turns red. I stop. Light is beat red. We've been sitting there for a good 10 seconds. And I just happened to look in my rearview mirror. Camaro. Coming hot, dude. I'm talking. I see it, and I immediately knew. I was like, I hold Sarah back. I'm like, watch out. And then this guy flies through the intersection. The other light going the other way turns green. These guys are moving. This guy, it was actually a woman, T-bones this fucking minivan at 40, dude. They had to be going 40 miles an hour. Either on their phone, just not paying attention. I don't know. But I was like, holy shit. I saw it in the blink of an eye. I was like, looked in my rearview mirror, saw it, hold Sarah back. Bang. And then that minivan hit another car that was, because there was 2 lanes going straight through that light. They hit another car. The minivan was newer, so all the airbags went off, everything. And when we drove by, I'm pretty sure it was only one person in that minivan. It was an adult, so I'm like, they're probably okay. I mean, thank God there's no kids in the car. But then the other car was like a fucking old 90s Corolla. Had 4 kids in it. None of the airbags went off. The driver's side of their car is fucked. The Camaro, fucked. They opened the door to Camaro. All the airbags are in there, right? They're all off. And this lady falls out of the car and like is like, oh my God, freaking out. And then she pulls an old lady out of the driver's seat from the other side, like, pulls her out. And I'm like, me and Sarah just sitting there, and Sarah's like, oh my God. She's like, check all the cops. And I'm like, I think the 35 other people in this intersection are already doing the same thing, but I'm like, go for it. She calls it in. They ask her for her number. And then turns out in the other side of the lane, like where the Chipotle is, so I'm here in this lane, there's actually an ambulance in that lane.
Oh shit.
So they flip their lights on
Wow.
and they get out
That's
in the
fucking
intersection,
lucky,
block it off.
dude.
But yeah, dude, I was like, I witnessed it. They had to be going fucking 40. I mean, they smashed this fucking minivan. It was traumatizing, dude. I was like, we were driving Chipotle, and I'm like, I don't want to be on the road. I literally just don't want to be on the road right now. Because, like, it sucks for that minivan because they weren't doing anything wrong.
Right, they're just
And they
chilling.
got fucked.
Yeah.
No fault of their own. And they got fucked. And then it caused the Corolla to also get fucked.
But no, I hate to say this. And you guys are gonna hate me for saying this.
Were they
No.
asking for it?
No. I just can you help but feel a little bit zero bad for that fucking Camaro?
No, I
Well,
absolutely
for sure,
don't.
but they're also like, hey, they just hit a dude that didn't deserve it. That's for sure.
No,
You're
like
gonna
I'm
feel
s-
bad about it either way.
I'm saying like
I don't feel bad for the Camaro at
fuck
all.
that Camaro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it was
You
to
deserve it, bitch. Go kill yourself.
it was to the point where, like,
Crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
on page?
Hold on.
No, but
What do you have to say about that?
it was the exact point of, like, these people were going
Rock
so
can't talk today.
fucking fast that it was to the point where it's like, either you are not paying attention
Yeah.
Which fuck you.
or you are on your phone.
Which
like,
fuck
it was,
you.
It was those two options.
Did you guys get that video? Maybe I was gonna say maybe we could end on this, but did you guys get that video I sent you guys on Instagram to our account?
Uh-uh.
It was maybe like a week ago. you have Instagram on there, Chris? If not, I can send it to your actual, or I can send it. Oh,
Did it get
Deleted. Deleted.
fucking deleted, dude.
Damn.
Can you describe it?
Okay, so this girl, it's a 2-page Instagram video. The first page is her driving, and she fucking hits something. Airbag blows off in her face. She's on Instagram Live, like singing and doing shit.
Oh,
It's
my
like,
God.
oh no, I got to go. And she literally turns the phone off, and she definitely gets out of there. Her next Instagram Live is her driving, and the airbag is still deployed in her fucking
She ran
steering wheel.
away.
And she's just sitting there and she's dancing and she's just like cranking the steering wheel, and there's a fucking airbag blown out in the middle of it. Like, dude, imagine half a sleeping bag falling off your steering wheel trying to turn it. For sure. Either she definitely didn't stay at the scene of the crime, or it was just like not bad enough that she could still drive. Those are the only two explanations. But for her to say, oops, I got to go, and she hits pause, and then there's no video, and then the next video you see is her just like listening to music and going, just driving out of there. Dude, one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. And she's literally wearing like a shower cap the whole time. It was so funny. One of the funniest videos I've ever seen.
That's fucking hilarious.
People are just, a lot of people are just dumb.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Did the
And like, honestly, the whole Camaro thing, like you said it yourself, either you're not paying attention,
Yeah, for
which
sure.
means that you're either on your phone or looking at something else or this and that and the other. So
It's that, but
There's
on
no-
the,
there's-
on,
I
on
don't
the
think-
same side, if you drive long enough, you're going to get into an accident, whether it's your fault or someone
sure.
I
else's.
mean, yeah, I get it. I get
sure.
that.
But it was to the point where it was such ill-advised driving.
Right. And I don't even think when you said it was either she was not paying attention, I think it was definitely she was not paying attention.
Yeah.
There was no, I mean, like,
Whether she was on
obviously-
her phone or what, she
right.
wasn't paying
She was
attention.
not paying attention, so that means she was on her phone, she was talking, she was doing whatever.
And I
like
can't
that.
sit here and say that I don't do it.
Right.
I can't sit here and say that, but,
But also, you're not slamming into people at 40 miles an hour.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so traumatic.
Yeah, it's
Like
fucked
we were
up.
sitting in the Portillo's line,
Dude,
and at Portillo's, dude,
40 miles an hour is a fucking.
yeah, we were sitting in the Portillo's line, and there's people out there for whatever reason. They have drive-through like speaker windows, but they don't fucking use them.
I know.
Yeah.
They put people out there to take your order.
It is weird. I don't
I've
get
seen-
it.
I've
get it.
seen them out there in
Like,
the rain.
I understand if it was Chick-fil-A and like they were busy and they needed the line assistance,
But it never is like
I
that.
know. It doesn't make sense.
It
to me.
doesn't make sense.
I
But
hate how clean their kitchen is, by the way.
Yeah,
I need something grimy.
Portillo's?
I need something grimy.
it is crazy clean.
Yeah, like show me where the shrimp is that's way deep under the deep freeze. You know what I mean? There's definitely 3 shrimps under there.
And
That's all I'm
also,
saying.
and also the kitchen is fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's
Like
huge.
it's a line. Like,
Well, it's crazy because there's some people that are literally like just doing drinks, and then you're like, oh, this is the burger guy, and there's like number 42. This one's for you. You know what I mean? If I could have that job, I would honestly work there.
yeah,
But 42.
43, goddamn, come get at me. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so
Just rhyme
many.
everything.
Dude, when I was there, I sat in there for maybe like 20, 30 minutes the other day because I was with my grandparents, and old people take forever to eat, and it was fun.
yeah,
I mean, I hate the decor, but it was fun.
yeah. But so we're sitting in this line, and this girl is talking to her. She's taking our order. I'm asking Sarah what she wants. She can't decide. I'm like, Jesus Christ, fucking hurry up.
The
And
worst.
fucking fire truck goes by, and she goes, people are crazy out there. And I'm like, yeah, I just witnessed that. Like, I was literally right there. And she's like, she took our order, and she's like, drive safe out there. And I'm like, yeah, we're gonna try.
We'll try. Dear
We
Lord. Dear Lord.
We will give it our darndest. Yeah, it was fucking wild, dude. Crashes are no joke. I was telling it to a coworker, and he was like, yeah, I witnessed a death at a car crash. I'm like, fuck. He's like, dude got flung 30 feet from his car.
Oh, look, he's flying.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
And on that note,
Yeah.
terribly sorry.
Yeah. We got to go.
Ejectocito, cuz.
I got to get out of here.
Ejectocito. Okay, that's not good.
Brock, what do you got to say? Let's get out of here.
I'm out of here.
All right, that's it.
Jesus.
Thank you for watching the Stoop Sitters podcast. This doesn't have to be a goodbye. This can be a see you later.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the Stoop Sitters podcast. And if you don't, your vibes are in the fucking basement.
Anything made you angry, make sure to email us, stoopsitters@gmail.com. If you want to email us some funny videos, some of your mom's nudes, whatever's gonna be the mix that day. So just feel free.
Follow our socials. Actually, just follow the TikTok. Who gives a fuck about any of our social? Follow the TikTok. Stoop Sitters Pod.
If you're currently watching these videos in your mom's basement, here's one more and then a second one for you to also tune into.
This has been the Stoop Sitters Podcast. There's currently a fart cooked up in the room. We got to get out of here.
Goodbye. See you later.